Hey YouTube, this is the inaugural video for Boots and Bows Outdoors. My name's Jimmy, and we're starting this out a lot different than what I had originally planned. There was a tornado that hit Sandy Hook, Mississippi on the 19th of April, and my brother had a trailer home and some land in Sandy Hook that we used as a vacation spot, and unfortunately the tornado struck his place as well as several of the surrounding areas. So I figured we would document. This is our first trip out here since that, and we're going to help them clean up and rebuild the camp. They were kind enough to let us come out and stay at too, and kind of relax, enjoy ourselves. So I'm going to start panning around and show you all the destruction and devastation of the place. It's amazing what this tornado did, what it broke down, what was picked up and thrown around, and yet other things were for the most part left untouched. So I'm going to flip you all around so you can see what's what. Okay, some of the trees. My wife's car. More of the trees that are down. That's a galvanized tin silo. Never moved. Been sitting there since they bought the property. The trailer, what's left of it. Shed itself has been knocked off. There was a overhang, came off the side of it. But you can see where my tractor and my brother's four-wheeler is. That was under a large overhang that was about, I don't know, 14 feet tall. The overhang, the 4x4, and since the storm hit and ripped off the overhang, the tractor, four-wheelers, and the barbecue pit, believe it or not, never moved. Everything stayed in the same exact spot. Pretty incredible. One of the 4x4s was in the ground, just completely ripped out, broke off in the ground. That's the bathroom. The only thing in the trailer that actually survived. And believe it or not, there was a table right here, dining room table with 5 chairs, that never moved. It was stayed there the whole time. And oh look, a bag of marshmallows. Guess we'll have to build a bonfire with that. We're at the top of a hill at this point, looking down, looking to the east. Basically at the top of the hill and as you can see, the satellite dish made it. You can see the debris fields going towards the north. It's just incredible the amount of debris that was shoved back here. And property line is pretty much where this is where the property line is where the trees are, and the debris goes well back into that area. In front of us is a small fig tree that will probably come back. Magnolia here is in rough shape, but it will make it, I'm pretty sure. Here we have peach trees, and there's the fig tree. Again, it should make it. peach tree. The tree on the ground is a nectarine tree. You see at the end of the video where we stood this up. Unfortunately, it came back down again after another storm. Large oak tree here that's been completely uprooted. It's just uprooted. It unbelievable to see the devastation that this tornado wrought on the area. And we're looking towards the north, and you can almost see the rise in the back was where before this was completely wooded with large trees. You couldn't see past it. Just unbelievable. Look back here at the tree line. You can see how things were just snapped off almost in a straight line. It's pretty incredible. This is pretty wild, kind of disheartening. This is basically a chair that was under the overhang we used to have over there. We stood on that. Gone. Here the wind picks up pretty bad, so I'm just apologizing if my camera work isn't that great. My first shoot, and especially first time using the gimbal, so please forgive me if it isn't fabulous. Here we can see more of the debris back into the woods, and I will stop there. Apologize again if everything isn't perfect. Here I found a blanket on the ground that I'm not sure whose bed it came off of, possibly mine or my brother's, but it's there, and then more siding back up in the woods. Here you can see a board from, I'm guessing, the trailer. In the trees is some visqueen or clear plastic. It's actually at one of the dog's beds right there, the blue thing. More trash and just things that have been torn up and thrown into the brush. A piece of, looks like flooring in the back there. It's incredible, but we do have a survivor. My wife had planted a watermelon plant, and I had put a couple of bricks around to keep my brother from running over it, and it did survive. Again, we could see more debris. This structure here is actually a trellis for blackberry bushes. And the back side of the trailer here, this is actually what we used as an entrance through that particular door right there. The lock held. But I guess that's kind of a moot point now, the lock. My brother and I had just installed a new window unit right here, air conditioner. We had another smaller one. We had a 5,000 BTU in that hole. We had a 10,000 BTU in this hole, and it would cool the trailer down pretty much. But of course, it's pretty much open air right now. This is a part of the trailer that we hadn't been using. We were getting ready to clean out and try and redo it so that we could use the whole trailer. And my wife and I are going to be getting one of those sheds, and I'll be doing a conversion, shed to cabin conversion, which I will document. But we were going to help them clean this out and I think actually they wanted to use this part as a deck to sit under. So we were going to be pulling the walls down. We got some help with that from the tornado. Uprooted. More shots. If I can, I will pull up some pictures of some before pictures and put them on here, if at all possible. Right here you can see the deck that we had. There's a small AC, the little 5,000 BTU window unit. There was actually a box of plastic or a PVC box that we kept all our lawn chairs in, and my wife actually had her boots in that. We can only find one of the boots, so that's gone. Yeah, originally when I was going to start out with this channel, it was going to be for doing stuff outdoors with my kids and my grandkids. But now we're going to be doing a lot of it is going to be cleanup restoration of this place, get things going, get their life back to normal, hopefully. My tractor, I haven't bought it used from a guy, I haven't got to use it yet. Running, but I'm sure I'll be using it plenty in the near future. One of the brand new windows we had just put in. Actually, I think this one no, this is one of the ones did not make it, unfortunately. But yet, this one that Brian had put in the week after, I wasn't able to make it up that weekend. This particular one made it. Brand new mattress that was on their bed now is defunct, per se. Back here you can see a futon that was one my niece slept on. That the mattress is gone, but we still have the futon. Back behind that was a Coleman camp cot, queen size, that, believe it or not, actually survived the storm and the wall falling on it, dog running out the way. I'm not sure whose dog that is or belongs to, but it seemed friendly. My son holding the strap, my brother's driving the 4x4 buggy, getting ready to pull this outside wall down. It was on the end of the trailer. Pretty much came off in one piece. Pretty good. There goes the wall. Definitely gonna make cleaning that part easier. Everything gone, but hey. Millie found the boots and a chair. Woohoo! Hey. So, Liz found a chair, and that one looks like it might need a little bit of love. Yeah. It must have been like a torpedo. All right, we finished work for the day and cleaned up a ton of the mess that was here. Left that one wall standing because we have good plumbing there with issues where we had some broken pipes at the pump at the wellhead, but we were able to fix that, and we had another issue with a pipe over here. We were able to fix that. We didn't want that wall to fall and rip the sink out, so that's still standing. The problem is the beams at the bottom are all destroyed. I'm not sure how well it's being picked up on camera, but we'll be back next weekend to replace all those beams and start rebuilding walls. In the distance, I'm not walking around there because I'm too tired. We do have one of the trees that was knocked over, nectarine tree. We were able to stake it, and hopefully it'll be okay. We shall see. And stuff in the woods, we'll have to work on that next week or at some other time. Just getting too hot and too crazy out here. One of the walls that fell on a bed frame my wife and I used from Coleman Company, believe it or not, and it survived. I was really shocked. I thought we were going to be one of those. Yeah, actually we managed to save one wall. So we'll be going back up. I will keep y'all up next week as we work on this rebuilding project. I'm out. Bye. Okay, leaving. We're in the car. My microphone wasn't working correctly, so just to show you some more of the trees that are down. The previous owner had erected some crosses. One of them is about to come down on its own. We'll have to probably end up taking that one out. As we approach the road, you can see a large brush pile across the street from the neighbor who had most of his trees, I believe, knocked down. He had to clean that up. He was fortunate enough that his property or his home really didn't sustain that much damage. He had some roof damage, but I don't think the structure was hurt at all. So huge brush piles going down. You'll see some as we get to the end of the road and as we make the turn to head out to the main highway. Thank y'all for watching. If you would, please subscribe to my channel and like videos, leave comments down below. I would really appreciate it. Thank you.